So let's continue discussing Lenin's imperialism and its implication today. It seems like every week we are seeing new wars and conflicts popping up around the globe. The capitalists, especially U.S. capitalists, would love to reduce it down to there being some bad actors that pop up, and the big bad military needs to come and save the day to protect freedom of those who can't defend themselves. But let's look deeper. Both Lenin and Trotsky stress that capitalism develops unevenly. One power dominates today, but is overtaken tomorrow by a rival that industrializes faster or exploits its workforce more brutally. This uneven development makes inter-imperialist rivalry and war not an accident, but a law of motion under capitalism. So, for example, the US and China aren't vying for power on a world scale because of bad diplomacy. They're fighting because capitalism forces them to. It is clear that the United States is the most highly developed capitalist power. However, its economy and production have slowed relative to powers such as China, whose industry and influence are expanding worldwide. And to use Latin America as a frame of reference for a second, we see how Chinese enterprises have become a threat to American hegemony and influence in the region. We know that Trump's lashing out at Venezuela was never actually about drug dealers, but Lenin's model of imperialism also helps demonstrate why it's connected to capitalism. Trump and his administration understand the encroachment of China's influence in the region. They understand that they can use military forces to violently open up countries for the benefit of American corporations. Similar dynamics can also come into play when discussing the recently opened war with Iran. The U.S. and its client state in the region, Israel, frame their violent aggression as standing up for the people of Iran, but in reality, they would prefer a more friendly government in the country for facilitation of capital extraction from the country and the region. Meanwhile, these actions can also be seen as a fight for a sphere of influence with China. For example, in 2025, China bought 80% of Iran's oil. But hey, this has nothing to do with imperialism, right? Just the good guys coming in to do what they do and protect freedom. How full of shit can we be? Trump claims he is using the state apparatus, specifically the military wing, or as he says, warriors willing to lay down their lives to ensure protection for citizens in the generations to come. What a crock of shit. But really, we see how he is using the state apparatus in an attempt to extend the U.S. sphere of influence. Okay, we have to leave it here for now. We will continue next time further discussing Lenin's imperialism.